Cyberbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
So I can have actions over here. I can have certain other stuff as well, like called as business processes. I could have tasks. I could have integrations as well. So, for example, say, as a part of this, I've got my payroll assignment over here. And after hire, I may have to send across this particular detail to my external payroll vendor. Say for example A, D, P, so in that case the type could possibly look as integration. And here I could have an integration where it is going to send it across to a DP, just a small example. So this could be like action. It could be like to do. It could be something like another subtask, or I could say a task. I could have even other business processes triggered as a part of my type. Alright. The next column is called a specify, which is nothing, but what is the type of action that I need to have over here? If I have an action over here, what is the action that I need to do? If I have an integration over here, what is the integration that I need to call over here? And if I have something like a to-do, I can have a test to-do type or an action type. What is the type of action? What is the action that is specifically need to perform over here? Alright. Next step, label override. Well, this is nothing but a label override here. It says, propose compensation higher. But if I have something like a step label override, it is just that when this particular task is going to be sent across to the specific user, it will not show as propose compensation higher. It will show us a random iteration. It is just a label or write of this particular task only. That's it. Nothing else. Just a label. Whatever the label you see here, propose compensation higher. When this task goes across to the specific user, it will not show as in the inbox item or a notification that particular person is going to get. It will not show as propose compensation higher. It will instead show as a random iteration. That's it. Alright. Next, optional. It means whether this particular step is optional or has to be mandatory completed. For example, this particular step is shown as yes for optional. It doesn't show yes for mandatory. It shows yes for optional. Just have to know that this is optional field and not mandatory field. When it is set up as no, it means the step cannot be skipped. Say, for example, this particular step which is called assignment of a pay group, when it comes across to the payroll admin does have the option to skip this particular step. It is not a mandatory task. Whereas this one assigned UK payroll ID, this has been set up as no for optional, which means this is mandatory. The particular payroll admin cannot skip this particular task or this particular step. It cannot, it is mandatory. Whereas assignment of a pay group is optional and cannot be skipped at any point of a time. Clear. Next, we have group. Group, in a simple term, is nothing but the user who is going to be performing this particular task. For example, number 1. We have something like, propose compensation higher. This task is going to be done by compensation partner. The next task, edit Workday account, is going to be done by security admin. The task assignment of a pay group is going to be done by payroll admin. This one, assign UK payroll. ID is going to be done by either of these three. For example, I have a payroll admin UK, and a payroll partner. This particular task of assigning a UK payroll ID can be done by either of these, not all of these. It can be done by either of these. For example, if Rian is the payroll admin of this particular organization and say Getica is the payroll admin UK of this particular organization and say Niche Ant is going to be the payroll partner, then either Rian, Getica, or Niche Ant can do this particular task in the capacity as payroll admin, admin UK, or payroll partner. It can be done by either of them, not all of them. It is not necessary for all of them to do it, either of them. So if one of them is going to complete this particular task, it is not necessary for the next person to do it. So it's only going to be either of them. Next we have something like onboarding. This is the responsibility of either the manager or the HR partner supervisory. It is the responsibility of either the manager or the HR partner supervisory. Either of them can complete this particular task. It is not necessary for all of them to do it or both of them to work. It's just either the manager or the HR partner supervisory to do it. Clear on this? Any questions? And again the last one, change, create, change, benefits even. It is the responsibility of the benefits partner to be doing this particular task. Any questions so far on all of these fields, how this is all done? Any questions over here? Alright. The next thing that we have over here is called a due day. Due day is just I would say. It is only for information's sake, only offer admin or reporting purposes only. Say, for example, this particular task, I have set up a due day as 1 day, which means the proposed compensation hire should be completed by the compensation partner within 1 day, and a consistent organization, mandated one, and Workday, for your information, does not mandate it from the business process standpoint. Even if this particular task is not completed within a day, there is not going to be any kind of an issue or alert, which is going to happen by default. By default, it does not throw up an error alert notification to the compensation partner. Hey look, you have to complete this within a day, but you haven't done it. It is not available by default. However, if you want to enforce it, you can possibly enforce it, but this is just for information's sake, only for the relevant person to complete it in a day. Clear on this so far? Any questions here? Are you all with me? Actually, because it's been quite silent for the last 10-15 minutes. Alright, now let's see next. I will just take you across to editing this. So this is a simple definition that I have. Let me go across to editing this particular definition. I go to related actions, and I say edit, and I was always the effective date. I'm just giving it as today's state, and I'm hitting OK over here. Alright. So first, and here the effective date. Whatever is effective date that currently have time zone, it automatically comes in from the system date. Next, rule-based workflow definition. Name park your question for now. We'll come to that a little later. Next, and notes. This is very, very important, at least from my side of things. I maintain a detailed notes over here for any change that I make over here, which means if I'm going to say that this particular definition was created by me on 15th of September, I would say created by Rian on 15.